Okay, so picture this. You're moving to Austin, you're going through your giant checklist, and you're about to call the city to set up your water. We'll stop right there, because depending on exactly where you move in Austin, you might not even need to set up your water service at all. Crazy, right? Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into the absolute complete guide to getting your water utility service up and running. Whether you're a renter, a home buyer, or opening up a new business, we are going to save you time, keep some money in your pocket, and help you avoid the absolute most common setup headaches.
So let's start with that big misconception that trips up so many renters. And honestly, a lot of those online how-to guides get this completely wrong. If you are moving into an apartment complex in Austin, you actually might not have to call the city to get your water turned on.
And the reason for that is a little thing called RUBS. That stands for Ratio Utility Billing System. Basically, instead of you going out and setting up your own individual account with the city, the apartment complex handles the whole shebang. They either lump your water cost right into your rent, or they bill you directly based on your apartment size and the building's overall water usage. It totally saves you from that individual setup hassle. Now, of course, if you're renting a house, buying a home, or setting up a commercial property, you are going to have to set this up yourself.
So, for those of you who do need to set things up, here is your roadmap. We're going to cover 1. The setup misconception, 2. Where to apply, 3. Costs and billing, 4. Sustainability and savings, 5. Solving common challenges, and 6. A quick wrap-up with resources.
All right, Section 1, the setup misconception.
Let's clear this up right off the bat, because in Austin, your water provider isn't always who you think it is. Before you pick up the phone or hop online, you absolutely have to verify your provider. Most properties do fall under the City of Austin Utilities, which is Austin Water. But if you're in some of the outer areas, you might be using a completely different provider. For instance, parts of western Travis County are served by Travis County WCID number 18, or the West Travis County Public Utility Agency. You can actually verify your specific provider using the City of Austin Property Profile tool online. It's a super crucial first step so you don't waste time applying to the wrong place.
Moving right along to Section 2, where to apply.
So let's assume you've used the tool and verified that you are in the standard Austin Water Service area. The application process itself is actually really streamlined. First up, gather your documents. You're going to need a government-issued ID like a driver's license, social security number, or passport, and your proof of occupancy, which just means your signed lease or your closing documents. Once you've got those, you can easily apply online at coutilities.com, or, if you prefer talking to a real human, just give them a call directly at 512-494-9400, Monday through Friday. After you apply, you're looking at a turnaround time of about 24 to 48 hours for your service to be processed and officially ready to go.
Okay, Section 3, costs and billing. All right, let's talk about what everyone actually cares about, the money. We need to look at the costs, the deposits, and what you can expect on your new bill. What's really interesting here is how different the security deposits are depending on whether you're a homeowner or a business. For standard residential service, you're looking at a flat $200 deposit. But if you're setting up a commercial account, that deposit jumps up quite a bit. It's calculated as 1/6 of the annual average billing for that specific property, or $300, whichever is greater. Oh, and on top of that, everyone pays a non-refundable $20 fee just to start electric or water service.
But hold on, because you might actually be able to keep that deposit money right in your pocket. There's a waiver checklist that lets qualifying residential customers skip that $200 deposit entirely. Have a good payment history with a previous Austin utility account? Waived. Got a reference letter from another utility company? Waived. Are you 65 or older, a returning military service member, or a victim of domestic abuse? Waived. And honestly, here's the absolute easiest hack for everyone else. When you set up your account, just enroll in AutoPay and eBill. And boom, that $200 deposit is waived. It's literally that easy.
Next up, Section 4, sustainability and savings. Now this brings us to a massive insider tip for saving money on your monthly bills. This is probably the absolute most important thing to understand about your Austin water bill. You see, municipal sewer lines don't have individual outflow meters. So Austin Water uses this brilliant system called wastewater averaging to estimate your sewer bill. Instead of charging you for sewer based on how much water you use in the dead of summer when you might be watering a lawn or filling up a pool, they calculate your year-round sewer rate based exclusively on your water usage during the winter months.
This timeline really shows exactly when you need to take action. From mid-November through March, you need to severely limit washing your car, watering your lawn, and just your overall water consumption. The amount of water you use during these specific winter months is going to be averaged out,
and that exact number becomes your fixed wastewater billing volume for the entire next year. So if you just hyper-conserve during this window, you literally lock in a cheaper sewer bill for the next 12 months. It's a real game changer.
And to help you actually monitor this critical winter period, you'll definitely want to register for the My ATX Water Customer Portal. This digital tool is fantastic. It doesn't just show your bill, it actively alerts you to sudden usage spikes. So if a toilet starts running or a hidden pipe springs a leak while you're away on vacation, the portal notifies you right away before you end up with a massive, nasty surprise on your next statement.
Moving on to Section 5. Common challenges solved.
Look, even with a smooth setup and a great portal, challenges do pop up, especially if you're building a new property or doing a major remodel that requires a physical connection to the municipal water main. You're not just calling to turn on a tap at that point. The Utility Permitting Office charges varying base fees depending on your required meter size. Notice how a standard 5/8-inch meter has a base cost of about $111, but those larger meters for commercial properties, they jump up significantly. And remember, that is literally just for the meter hardware itself.
When you actually factor in the required service unit impact fees for both water and wastewater, the total costs just skyrocket. For a new 3/4-inch meter, total permitting and impact fees can easily exceed $11,200. So if you're a developer or a builder tuning in, you absolutely have to ensure your plans are prepared by a Texas licensed professional engineer and submitted to the TAP Plan Review team super early to budget for these massive structural costs.
Now, for other common, everyday municipal challenges, you're going to want to keep these specific contact points handy. They will save you so many headaches down the road. If your garbage recycling gets missed, don't call the water department. You actually need to call Austin 311 within 2 business days. If there's a sudden water outage or an emergency leak out in the street, call their 24-hour emergency line at 512-972-1000. And hey, if you ever find yourself struggling to pay a bill, don't panic. Austin Utilities offers customer assistance programs specifically designed to help you manage those energy and water costs.
All right, let's bring it home with Section 6, Wrap Up and Resources.
We've covered a ton of ground today, from basic apartment setups all the way to commercial impact fees. So what are the absolute key takeaways you need to remember? First, always check if your new apartment uses RUBS before you waste time trying to apply. Second, if you do set up an account, snag that $200 deposit waiver by simply enrolling in AutoPay and eBill. Third, and this is the big one, hyper-manage your winter water consumption to lock in that cheap year-round wastewater rate. And finally, go ahead and bookmark coutilities.com. It's going to be your main hub for managing everything.
As we wrap up this explainer, I do need to give our standard disclaimer. Municipal rules, impact fees, and specific policies definitely change over time. The information we provided here is accurate as of July 29, 2026. You should always verify any service updates, rate changes, or specific deposit requirements by consulting directly with Austin Water or your specific local utility provider.
So now that you're armed with all this insider knowledge, setting up your account, bypassing those hefty deposits, and hacking your utility costs with the winter averaging rule, we want to hear from you. Knowing how this works, how do you plan to optimize your new Austin home's water efficiency this coming winter? Something to think about. Start planning now, and most importantly, enjoy your new home in Austin.